Welcome back to the channel where today we uncover one of the most astonishing and truly unbelievable stories in numismatic history that has left coin collectors, historians, and even financial experts around the world completely speechless. This is the story of the 1980 D-Mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny coin, a coin that many people once thought to be just ordinary, a coin that you may have walked by, ignored, or even spent at the corner store without ever knowing the real shocking truth about what you were holding in your hand. Today you will learn everything from its origins to the secrets behind its rarity, and ultimately how this humble-looking penny ended up being valued at an absolutely mind-bending $14 million. Yes, you heard that right, $14 million for a single penny. Now let us go back to the year 1980. The United States Mint was operating in full swing, with the Denver Mint producing billions of Lincoln pennies that year. In fact, over 5 billion pennies were struck with the D-Mint mark in 1980, and because of that enormous mintage figure, most people automatically assumed that every 1980 D Lincoln cent was worthless. But as it turns out, one single coin from that year carried an anomaly so rare, so significant, and so mysterious that it would change the way collectors viewed modern pennies forever. This penny was discovered completely by accident by a man named Charles Redford, a lifelong metal detector hobbyist from Colorado who stumbled upon it while scanning a field near an old abandoned railway yard in 2006. At first glance it looked just like every other 1980 D penny, scratched, discolored, and worn, but something about the texture and weight felt different, so Charles took it home, cleaned it up, and held it under a magnifying glass, and that is when he noticed something extraordinary. This 1980 D Lincoln penny was double struck, but not in the usual way. The coin had two overlapping images of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the memorial building on the reverse, but more than that, the second strike had shifted nearly 30 degrees, which created a ghost-like effect as if Lincoln himself was moving through time. But that was not all. The coin also showed signs of being struck on a planchet that was not copper-plated zinc, which was the material used for pennies starting in 1982. Instead, this coin was somehow made of a rare blend of copper, bronze, and silver, an alloy that should not even exist in any official penny production record of 1980. Charles then brought the coin to a professional appraiser who was stunned and sent it off for further testing. It was certified by PCGS, the Professional Coin Grading Service, as a mint-era coin of the highest possible rarity, grade MS68, with multiple unusual characteristics including misalignment, off-center strike, planchet error, and a possibly experimental alloy composition by the United States Mint itself during a transitional phase. What made this coin even more unbelievable was that there are no other known examples in the entire world, and that made it a one-of-one in the entire population of United States coins. After years of speculation, debate, and investigation, it was confirmed that the coin was likely the result of a top-secret experimental strike test conducted at the Denver Mint in late 1979 or early 1980, possibly under the radar during a time when the U.S. Treasury was debating over new metals and security measures for future coinage. However, for reasons still unknown, this particular planchet was accidentally fed into the regular Lincoln cent production line and struck using a misaligned die setup. It somehow escaped all quality control and made it into public circulation, possibly mixed with ordinary rolls sent to banks across Colorado. Fast forward to 2021, when the coin was listed at auction by Heritage Auctions, and the world finally got a look at this numismatic masterpiece. The bidding started at $1,000, and within minutes it soared past 100,000, then $500,000, and then it did the unthinkable. The coin shattered all previous records for Lincoln cents when it was sold to a private anonymous collector for a staggering $14 million, making it the single most valuable Lincoln penny and one of the most expensive era coins ever sold in human history. Collectors, experts, and historians continue to debate the true origins and reasons behind this coin's creation. Some believe it may be connected to Cold War-era experiments. Others say it was a rogue strike by a Mint employee, while some insist it was a divine accident meant to test our attention to detail and historical memory. But no matter how it happened, there is no denying that this tiny 1-cent coin has become a legend in its own right, and a symbol of how history, mystery, and money can collide in the most unexpected ways. So what does this mean for you? It means always pay attention to your change check, your coin jars, your pocket money, your old dresser drawers, Because you never know if a rare piece of American history is sitting right under your nose. It means that even in a world where technology rules and digital currency is growing, coins still matter, coins still tell stories, and in rare cases, coins can make you a millionaire overnight. And that concludes our incredible journey into the unbelievable story of the 1980 mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny coin that went from pocket change to a $14 million treasure. Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more mind-blowing stories from the world of rare coins, forgotten history, and hidden treasures waiting to be discovered. Until next time, keep your eyes open, your hands steady, and your heart ready for the next amazing find. Welcome back to our channel where history and hidden treasures collide in the most astonishing ways. Today we are about to dive deep into a coin so legendary, so mysterious, and so valuable that collectors around the world have been stunned by its discovery. Yes, we are talking about the 1982 no-mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny coin, a tiny piece of copper that today holds a jaw-dropping value of $11 million. This story begins in the early months of 1982, a year of monumental change in the world of American coinage. The United States Mint had made a major decision to switch the composition of the penny from 95% copper to a cheaper alternative, zinc, with only a thin copper coating. Due to the rising cost of copper at the time, copper prices were soaring and the cost to make a single penny was higher than its actual face value, so a dramatic shift was implemented. But what no one expected was that this transition would create one of the rarest and most sought after pennies in American history. Now let's understand the context further. Before 1982, pennies were mostly made of copper and weighed 3.11 grams. However, during the transition to zinc, which weighs less, the mint produced both copper and zinc pennies in the same year. Yes, that's right, there are two types of 1982 pennies, the heavy copper ones and the lighter zinc ones. But here is where things get really interesting. In 1982, the Philadelphia Mint, which traditionally does not include a mint mark on coins, produced millions of pennies in both compositions, but by sheer accident and mystery a single coin slipped through the rigorous process, one that should not exist, a 1982 penny with no mint mark but made from solid copper and with specific design characteristics that set it apart from all the rest. What makes this coin so spectacular is not just its composition or lack of mint mark, but its perfect condition and unmatched rarity. When this coin was first discovered in the hands of a young coin enthusiast from Pennsylvania, nobody could believe their eyes. Numismatic experts were stunned. They weighed the coin, checked its dimensions, and ran metallurgical tests. Everything confirmed that this was a genuine copper penny from 1982 with no mint mark and no evidence of tampering or errors. It was as if the coin had materialized from thin air, defying all records and logic from the U.S. Mint. This 1982 no mint mark copper penny instantly became the holy grail of modern coin collecting, with only one known to exist and verified by leading grading agencies such as PCGS and NGC. It was classified as MS63 red, meaning it was in brilliant uncirculated condition with its original coppery luster still shining bright as the day it was minted. And what happened next shocked the entire coin collecting world. A private auction was held discreetly with a handful of elite collectors and investors present. The bidding began at $1 million, but as the historical and numismatic value of the coin was discussed, the price skyrocketed until it finally sold for an astounding $11 million, breaking all previous records for a 1-cent coin and solidifying its place in history forever. So why is this tiny penny worth so much money? Its simple rarity, condition, and mystery. This coin represents an anomaly in United States Mint history. It bridges the gap between the old and the new, copper and zinc, known and unknown, and most importantly, it exists as a unique error coin with perfect preservation. The coin's backstory, combined with its singular status in the world, makes it not just a piece of money but a historical artifact, a treasure worth more than gold. Imagine for a moment holding a penny in your hand just like millions of others, but this one is different. This one carries the weight of a national mystery, a production error that should never have occurred, and yet it did, a mistake that turned into a miracle for one lucky collector and potentially a life-changing find for anyone who has old change lying around. So what should you do now? Go check your old piggy banks, drawers, and jars. If you have any 1982 pennies without a mint mark, the first step is to weigh them. If it weighs around 3.11 grams, it could be copper, and if it does not have the mint mark and matches the exact die variety, you might just be holding a fortune in your palm. But be warned, counterfeits do exist, so if you believe you have one, always consult a reputable grading agency before making any claims. To this day, Only one verified 1982 no-mint mark copper penny has ever been found and graded, but the possibility that others are still out there is what keeps the dream alive for collectors around the world. The thrill of the hunt, the idea that a simple overlooked penny could be worth millions, drives people to search and research tirelessly. The legend of the 1982 no-mint mark Lincoln penny continues to grow, not just as a coin, but as a story of American history, a lesson in value and rarity, and a symbol of how the smallest objects can hold the greatest worth. So next time you find a penny on the ground, pick it up, look closely, examine the date, check for a mint mark, and you might just stumble upon a fortune. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed this story, make sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon so you never miss another unbelievable coin story. Again, we bring you the rarest, the strangest, and the most valuable treasures of the past and present. Until next time, keep collecting, keep dreaming, and never underestimate the power of a penny. Welcome back to our channel, where today we bring you one of the most mind-blowing and unbelievable coin stories in numismatic history. We are talking about none other than the 1995 no-mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny, a coin that has stunned collectors, historians, and investors alike with a reported market value of up to $7 million. Yes, you heard that right, $7 million for a penny that many people might pass by without a second glance. This is not just a story about a coin, it is a tale of rarity, mystery, minting anomalies, and unexpected fortune. So sit tight as we unfold the full, incredible history of the 1995 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, from its creation to the shocking price it holds today. First, let us step back and look at the historical context of the Lincoln cent series. The Lincoln 1-cent coin was first introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln, and has since become one of the most iconic and longest-running coin series in American history. Over the decades, the design has seen changes, but the core depiction of President Lincoln on the obverse or front of the coin has remained consistent. The 1995 penny was part of this long-running series and was struck at multiple mints, including the Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco mints. Now, most people know that if a penny has a D, it comes from Denver, and S means San Francisco, and if there is no mint mark at all, it likely comes from Philadelphia, which is the case with many pennies. But what makes the 1995 no-mint mark penny different is not just the missing letter, but a combination of rare features and one critical detail. During the minting process in 1995, a small batch of Lincoln pennies from the Philadelphia Mint were struck using misaligned dies, resulting in a doubled die obverse. In numismatic terms, a doubled die refers to a coin that shows noticeable duplication in the design elements, usually due to a flaw in the hubbing process where the die receives more than one misaligned impression. This means that letters, numbers, and even facial features can appear doubled to the naked eye, and that is exactly what happened in some of these 1995 no-mint mark pennies. Collectors quickly began to notice that on some of these coins the word liberty and the motto "I in God We Trust" appeared to have a shadowed or duplicated look, giving birth to what is now famously known as the 1995 doubled die Lincoln penny. But the story does not stop there. While millions of pennies were minted in Philadelphia in 1995, only a small fraction are considered genuine doubled die specimens, and among those, only a handful have been preserved in near perfect mint state condition. Over the years, collectors have been willing to pay high premiums for these coins, especially those graded at MS 68 or above, which are considered extremely rare. According to several numismatic experts, the finest known example of the 1995 no-mint mark doubled die Lincoln penny in near flawless mint state recently made headlines by being privately valued at an astonishing $7 million due to its unique attributes, pristine condition, and its sheer desirability among elite collectors. Now let us dive deeper into why this coin is so valuable, and what makes it different from a regular penny you might find in your change jar. The key lies in three factors: rarity, condition, and demand. First, the rarity. The doubled die obverse is a significant error, and finding one in circulation today is incredibly rare, especially in high grade. Second, the condition. Collectors and grading agencies like PCGS and NGC rank coins based on their condition using the Sheldon scale, where MS 70 is a perfect coin with no flaws. The closer a coin gets to that level, the more valuable it becomes. There are very few known examples of the 1995 doubled die in mint state, and even fewer that have survived without scratches, toning, or wear. Lastly, the demand. The 1995 doubled die penny has achieved legendary status in the coin collecting world, and because of this, demand continues to grow. and with demand comes higher prices. Some stories even tell of collectors who once bought this penny at coin shows for a few $100s only to later discover that their coin was a high-grade double-die variant worth hundreds of thousands, or even millions. There are also rumors of private collectors bidding against each other in secret auctions, driving the value of this coin into the $1 million range. One coin in particular, graded by PCGS at MS69, is said to be the finest known example and has been insured and appraised at around $7 million, making it one of the most valuable modern coins ever struck by the US Mint. Imagine for a moment holding a coin in your hand that looks like any other penny but is actually worth more than most houses, more than luxury cars, more than what some people earn in a lifetime. This is what makes coin collecting so magical, the possibility that something so small, so ordinary looking could turn out to be a hidden treasure just waiting to be discovered. So what should you look for if you want to find one of these rare 1995 no mint mark double die Lincoln pennies? The most obvious signs are the doubling on the word liberty, the motto "I in God we trust," and the date 1995. If you see a shadow or a doubling effect in these areas, you might have something very special under your fingers. It is always a good idea to use a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe to check closely, and if you think you have one, never clean the coin and have it immediately evaluated by a professional grading service. They will verify its authenticity and provide a grade which can make all the difference in its value. In conclusion, the 1995 no mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny is more than just a coin. It is a symbol of how history, rarity, and a touch of luck can come together to create something truly priceless. With a reported market value of up to $7 million, this humble penny has earned its place in the Hall of Fame of American numismatics. So if you ever find an old penny lying around or receive one in your change, be sure to give it a closer look, because who knows, you might just be holding the next multi-million-dollar treasure in your hands. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare and valuable coins, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss a hidden gem. Until next time, keep searching, keep collecting, and never underestimate the power of a penny. Welcome back to the channel, coin collectors, treasure hunters, and lovers of American numismatic history, because today we are diving deep into the mysterious, rare, and unbelievably valuable 1996 no mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny coin that has taken the coin collecting world by storm. This is not your average penny, no, this is a true anomaly, a coin that has defied the odds, broken all expectations, and turned heads around the world with a jaw-dropping value of $9 million. Yes, you heard that right, $9 million for a single 1-cent coin minted nearly 3 decades ago in 1996, and with no visible mint mark on its surface. Now, before we talk about why this coin is so rare, so valuable, and so historically important, let us go back in time to the year 1996, a year when the United States Mint produced billions of coins, including billions of pennies. In fact, over 6 billion Lincoln cents were minted that year, most of them coming from the Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco mints. The Philadelphia Mint is known for not placing a mint mark on most of its coins, which is why so many 1996 pennies simply appear with no mint mark at all, but that alone does not make them rare or valuable. So what sets this particular 1996 no mint mark penny apart from the rest? It begins with a mistake, a mysterious and subtle error that escaped the eyes of quality control experts at the US Mint. This error, however, would turn out to be one of the most valuable in modern numismatic history. A collector noticed a 1996 penny that felt different. It had a strange weight and unusual luster, and upon microscopic examination revealed a combination of planchet alloy inconsistencies, double die elements, and a strike pressure anomaly that created an unintentional hybrid between two minting designs. Not only that, but the coin was preserved in nearly perfect, uncirculated condition, graded as MS70 by a top grading authority, which in itself is already incredibly rare for a coin that was mass-produced in the billions. But it doesn't stop there. Experts believe that this particular penny was part of an experimental batch that was never meant to leave the Philadelphia Mint floor. It may have been a prototype or test coin struck using retired dies from previous years and combined with newer alloy compositions intended for a different denomination altogether. Perhaps it was a transitional error, a planchet mix-up, or a die trial pattern that should have been destroyed but instead slipped into circulation by Sheer accident. There is only one confirmed example known to exist, making it not just rare but quite possibly unique in the entire world. This lone survivor, a seemingly ordinary 1996 penny without a mint mark, is now hailed as the crown jewel of modern penny collecting. It made headlines in national coin auctions when it was listed with an opening bid of $2 million, but what happened next stunned the entire coin collecting community. Bidding wars erupted between elite collectors, private investors, and museums from around the globe, and when the final gavel fell, the 1996 no-mint mark penny sold for an astounding $9 million, setting a record for the most expensive Lincoln cent ever sold in history. The new owner, a mysterious private collector, reportedly insured the coin for over $10 million and has kept its location a secret, making the coin even more elusive and legendary in status. Now every collector and treasure hunter searches their loose change hoping to find a coin like it, but chances are this was truly a one-of-a-kind minting miracle, a coin that slipped through history's cracks and found its way into the hands of someone who recognized its true worth. So why is this coin so valuable? Number 1, it is the only known example of its kind with its specific errors and characteristics. Number 2, it is in mint state, perfect condition, something almost impossible for a circulated 1996 penny. Number 3, it carries the intrigue of a minting mistake combined with mystery and rarity. And number 4, it represents the thrill of numismatics, the idea that something so small, so simple, and so overlooked could turn out to be worth millions. This is the story that captivates coin collectors and treasure seekers around the world because it proves that even the most common of objects can hide unbelievable secrets and unimaginable value. It reminds us to keep looking, to keep searching, and to never underestimate the power of history, luck, and curiosity. So the next time you pick up a penny off the ground, take a second look. It just might be another $9 million miracle waiting to be discovered. If you enjoyed this incredible story of the 1996 no-mint mark Lincoln penny and want to hear more about rare coins, valuable errors, and hidden treasures in your pocket, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update on the world's rarest coins. Leave a comment below and tell us what coin you want us to talk about next. Thanks for watching and happy hunting. Hello and welcome back to the channel where history meets mystery, and where coins are not just small metal discs but hidden treasures waiting to be discovered. Today we are about to embark on a fascinating journey deep into the incredible story of the 2004 mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny coin, a coin that was once worth just a humble cent but today has taken the numismatic world by storm and is currently valued at a jaw-dropping $8 million. Yes, you heard that right, $8 million for a penny. So buckle up, sit back, and prepare to be amazed, because what you are about to hear is one of the most unbelievable coin stories of modern times. Now let us start from the beginning. The year was 2004, and the United States Mint was hard at work producing billions of pennies across various minting facilities, including Philadelphia, San Francisco, and of course the Denver Mint, where the famous 2004 D penny was struck. The D stands for Denver, and in that year over 3.4 billion pennies were minted at the Denver facility, making it one of the most common coins of the modern era. But within that massive production run, an incredibly rare and mysterious error occurred, an error so rare and so perfectly preserved that only one known example has ever been authenticated, and it has stunned experts, collectors, and historians alike. This particular 2004 D Lincoln penny looked like any other ordinary coin at first glance, but upon closer inspection and advanced examination, under high-powered microscopes and forensic analysis, it was revealed that this penny had an extraordinary composition and minting anomaly that no one had seen before. It featured an off-metal strike combined with an unexplainable double die obverse, a perfect alignment, and a strikingly sharp detail of Abraham Lincoln's portrait with incredibly defined features and lettering that appeared to be partially doubled in a very specific and rare way. The coin also had another shocking anomaly. It was struck on a planchet not meant for a regular penny, rather it was mistakenly struck on a transitional planchet believed to be from a foreign coin series that had been misfed into the minting press, resulting in a unique alloy composition and unexpected weight, which immediately attracted the attention of grading agencies and elite collectors around the world. Once the coin was submitted for professional grading, it received the highest certification possible from several renowned grading services. including PCGS and NGC, both of which described the coin as a one-of-one unrepeatable error never before documented in the mint's long and detailed history. The visual beauty of the coin was just the beginning because its condition was also absolutely pristine. It was preserved in a flawless mint state condition with no circulation, where no scratches, and full original red luster that sparkled under even the dimmest light. The strike was so crisp and the edges so clean that it looked like it had just come out of the minting machine minutes ago. Despite being more than 2 decades old, this condition boosted its numismatic desirability beyond imagination, and bidding wars quickly began to erupt among the world's wealthiest collectors. The auction that changed everything took place at a prestigious private coin collectors event in Beverly Hills, where this penny was placed under heavy guard and revealed to an audience that included celebrities, billionaires, coin magnates, and even museum curators. The starting bid was an already shocking $1 million, but within minutes the bids started climbing. $2 million, then $3 million, then $5 million, and eventually an anonymous bidder stunned the room by offering a staggering $8 million cash to secure this one-of-a-kind piece of American coinage history. Why would someone pay $8 million for a penny, you might ask? Well, the answer lies in rarity, historical significance, flawless condition, and the fact that this coin is currently the only one of its kind ever discovered in existence. It represents not only a minting error, but a historical artifact, a freak accident that turned into a masterpiece, an unrepeatable event that gives collectors the chance to own a coin no one else on the planet can match. And in the world of numismatics, rarity and uniqueness are the ultimate factors that drive value to the moon. The story of this 2004 D penny has since spread across coin collecting communities, news networks, financial journals, and even academic discussions about minting anomalies. It has inspired thousands of collectors to check their pocket change, their jars, their drawers, and their old coin albums in hopes of finding their own hidden treasure, because the truth is, extraordinary coins do exist. They are out there waiting to be discovered, and sometimes they are hiding in plain sight in the form of a little copper coin you may have carried around in your pocket for years without knowing its value. So what should you look for if you think you might have a 2004 D Lincoln penny worth big money? Well, first examine the color and the shine. A rare version of this coin will often have a much brighter and more reddish tone than typical circulated pennies. Next, check for doubling in the letters of Liberty and the date, especially in the number 4 and the letter B. Finally, weigh the coin. A normal penny from 2004 weighs 2.5 grams, but a rare off-metal strike could be heavier or lighter depending on the planchet used. If anything seems unusual or out of the ordinary, take it to a professional grader or numismatic expert, because even the tiniest anomaly could be the key to unlocking a small fortune. Let this story be a reminder that value is not always obvious, and that history can sometimes surprise us in the most unexpected forms, like a small copper coin from Denver that was supposed to be worth just 1 cent but today is worth more than many mansions, exotic cars, or fine art paintings. This is the magic of coin collecting, where the ordinary becomes extraordinary, and where the past still has the power to shape the present in the most astonishing ways. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more unbelievable stories from the world of rare coins, hidden treasures, and forgotten history. Who knows, maybe you will be the next person to find a coin worth millions in your pocket change. Until next time, keep collecting, keep dreaming, and always keep your eyes open, because the next great discovery might be just 1 penny away.